play some music.
No, you could tell you could say I'm getting ready.
Well, I am. Everybody knows the score. I'm not live.
Lawrence Prescott Photography. I'm smiling, I'm laughing because, God, I know what I'm talking about. Lawrence Prescott Photography. That's the only person you need to call when you're ready to take your pictures. You want those pictures to come out right. You want those pictures to last forever. You want your best picture taken? Lawrence Prescott Photography. He does private events, in studio also, and outdoor photography if you need. Photography is what Lawrence Prescott does, and he's really good at it. Trust me. And also, when you want to get that video done, any type of videography production, he got you. He does short films, movies, any type of videos as well. Lawrence Prescott got you at anything that you really need. So make sure you give him a call. His phone number, and I'm going to say it slow for you, it's 404-218-1234. Did you get that? 404-218-1234. Lawrence Prescott Photography. Yo, my brethren, big up.
You're looking for a home? You're looking for land? Look no further. Elite Realty Dominica got you covered. Whether it's to buy a home or build a home or just an investment property, contact Nicole London at 888-860-2366. That's 888-860-2366. Or you can log on to DominicaEliteRealty.com for all your inquiries and questions. Elite Realty Dominica, where exquisite living is defined by nature.
It's all about Caribbean International Shipping. That's right. Do you need more information on shipping your items to the U.S., Southeast region, or to the Caribbean? Have you ever heard of Caribbean International Shipping? You shop, they pack, and ship. They also offer residential pickup services. Support our business, like, share, and call. For your barrel shippings, let us know. The number to call is 470-718-9675 on WhatsApp or 770-323-1111. Caribbean International Shipping, the only way to send your stuff to the islands.
Hey now, hey now, hey. Save the date, May 31st, 2025, from 3 to 7 p.m. I'll be celebrating my 1-year anniversary on Caribbean Life TV and radio. It's going to be a lot of fun. More information to follow. Pencil me in. Stone Mountain, get ready. The rhythm, the vibes, the culture. It's all going down at the Calypso competition on Thursday, May 23rd at CLTV Studios, 6254 Memorial Drive. Doors open at 7 p.m. and it's $50 all inclusive. Yes, entry and refreshments included. Live on stage, the powerhouse sounds of four-tempo band, bringing that sweet calypso heat. Think you've got what it takes to mash up the stage? Step up and bring your lyrics, your energy, and your island pride, because $500 cash is going to the winner. To register and compete, call now. 404-457-8894 or 404-889-4491. Don't just hear about it. Be there and feel the fire of Calypso. May 23rd, CLTV Studios. It's a Caribbean showdown you don't want to miss.
Hey, yo, this Cardi B. What's up? It's Megan Thee Stallion.
Yo, this is Shonda.
Hi, I'm Charlie Puth.
This is Ed Sheeran.
Live from Atlanta, Georgia, it's the promo show with Cazzy B. Check it out.
I was like, where's my mic? It's all the way over here. What are you doing over here, Mike? Come on here. Come on here.
Mike is running.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Good afternoon. And welcome to another episode of The Promo Show with Cazzy B. I am here live from CLTV Studios right here in downtown Stone Mountain. You know, the wind wouldn't let my hair be great, but hey, that's what it's all about. So we have a packed show today, always a packed show, but it's Friday. I hope you had a good Friday so far. If you're joining us from all over the world, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the promo show with Cazzy B. This is season 4, episode 23. 23 episodes in. We got 7 more until we break for the season. So this is episode 23. So I want to say welcome to everyone who's joining us. We are streaming live on CLTV, on Caribbean Live TV, on Facebook and YouTube. We're also streaming on my page on Facebook, Cazzy B. We are also streaming on Catch the Buzz on YouTube, on Instagram. Hello to everyone watching on Instagram, on my Facebook as well, and, on Bacchanal TV. So lots of streams happening. So wherever you're joining us from, just let us know. Let us know. I always have my viewers all the way in the UK, in Guyana, Jamaica, Portugal, Germany, all over the world. We see those numbers. So thank you guys for joining us every Friday, 6 p.m. until 7:30. So we are here. So it's been quite a week. It's been quite a week. I know Danny is here this week. We missed her last week. But she is back. She is back with the hot topics. And I know, having been away for a whole week, this has been quite a week. We've had some really, really big news. The Diddy trial, the trial hasn't started. They're doing jury selection right now. There's a new pope. I mean, so many things that have happened. So we will, catch you up with everything that's been going on, from current affairs, hot topics, entertainment, and also news from the Caribbean as well. So, but before we do all of that, we've got a lot to get to. If you're celebrating your birthday, as always, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Happy birthday today. Happy birthday this week. If you celebrated this week, tell us what you did. We'd love to know what you did. Well, happy birthday to you. Birthdays are important. Very, very important. So let's not forget birthdays at all. Now, to my sponsors, we've got some sponsors today. You heard one of the ads earlier on the radio. Lawrence played all of our ads. We've got so many ads running. So if you want to advertise, this is the place to do it. Give us a call at 678-661-1819. You heard the Caribbean International Shipping. As always, they are supporters of the station. They're supporters of everybody, I must say. I see their logo literally everywhere. So Caribbean International Shipping, thank you so much for your sponsorship. Make sure you support them. If you are looking to ship anything to the Caribbean, South America, or Central America, contact Caribbean International Shipping. We also have Wear White. Of course, Wear White, which is happening for Atlanta Carnival. Like I've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks now, it is Wear White with a touch of silver. So make sure you get your silver together. It's coming up on Sunday, the 25th of May, which is Atlanta Carnival Sunday. And let me tell you, of course, we have all of the artists already confirmed. You have Miss Patrice Roberts with her entire band. She will be performing at Wear White, along with Mikkel Teja, Anika Berry, and Full Blown. So lots and lots to come with Wear White. To Bacchanal TV, thank you for your sponsorship as well. We are live on Bacchanal TV, and that is BAKANAL.TV. Right here, CLTV Studios. We are live from the studios. If you're looking for, an event space to hold a event between 100 to 150 people, give the studio a call. They're available at 678-661-1819. And also to Miss Jackie Brown. Miss Jackie Brown is a global immigration consultant. And let me tell you, if right now in this space that we're in, this climate, immigration services are very important. So if you are looking for someone to help you navigate all of the paperwork, the proofreading, the filling out forms, just getting your green card application to a different status and just managing those status. So please give Miss Jackie Brown a call. Her number is 678-933-2499. So that is to Miss Jackie Brown. Now, last week, if you were tuned in last week, you would know that we had a candlelight vigil right here at the studio for Miss Adriana Young. The show was dedicated to Miss Adriana Young, who tragically was killed on April the 24th in Tucson, West Essequibo in Guyana. Her funeral was supposed to be on Monday the 5th. It was postponed at the last minute by the family for very good reasons, but nevertheless, the investigation is still ongoing. So we want to, just kind of keep you up to date. You will hear a lot about Adriana on my show. I am not going to forget her name. I'm not going to let you forget her name. She will be, remembered. So we just want to pray for the family. They're going through a lot, just all her loved ones, the community, the village, and everyone who knows about this case. There's so many moving parts. It's like it's constantly moving. There's a lot to unfold and unpack here. But we continue to mourn her loss, her tragic killing, and we will always remember. So if you see on my page, if you see her picture demanding justice, please go ahead and share her picture. Make sure you help us to keep her name in the forefront so that she does not get forgotten at all, or this case does not get forgotten. There's a lot at stake. So, with all that said, I have a guest who's waiting patiently here in the studio, Miss Carmen Bernard. I've been trying to get her on my show for a while, let me tell you. For a while. Carmen is Dr. Carmen, I should say, excuse me, Dr. Carmen Bernard. She is a financial expert. Just all things money related, so financial wellness on a whole. So she is going to give us some really good tips on how to navigate the current climate that we're in right now with regards to student loans, real estate planning, financial planning, and so forth. So I'm so excited to talk to Carmen. But before I do that, I do have some announcements. So let me get some of my flyers to the stage because we do have some announcements. There are a lot of things happening in and around Atlanta, Hotlanta, I should say. So let me start by, and I'm going to pause it right here. Okay, so I mentioned about Jackie Brown. So this is Jackie's flyer. Her number is 678-933-2499. And she is a global immigration consultant. So again, if you have anything in that space that you're working with right now, please give Jackie a call at mygreencardexpress.com. And Mayday. All right, so Mayday. We had the guys on last week, and they told us all about this wonderful event happening tomorrow. It's going to be outside. It's an outside event, blah, blah, blah. However, we have all seen the weather, and I don't know what's going on in Atlanta weather. It is up and down. Today is actually beautiful. And then tomorrow, the temperature is going to drop, and it's going to rain, or it's predicted to rain. It's forecasted to rain. So the guys made an announcement earlier on today where the event will actually be indoors. So if you have tickets for the event, fear not. It is still going to be business as usual, but it's going to be indoors. So it is a drinks inclusive event. So your ticket lets you in, the vibe, the atmosphere, all of the DJs, and of course, unlimited drinks. So that is May Day happening tomorrow. So make sure you get your gear together. You might need a jacket, but still. It's still going to be a fun event. So Wear White, we talked about Wear White happening for Atlanta Carnival season. And of course, 30 years in the business, Caribbean International Shipping, 770-323-1111. They are available on WhatsApp as well, so you can contact them on WhatsApp, 470-718-9675. And there are a couple of other announcements that I had for you, but I will go through them as we progress throughout the show. So I want to bring Dr. Carmen Bernard in at this stage. So Dr. Bernard is going to tell us all about the financial space and what we should be looking out for. Because, in this climate, I think everybody needs to save a little. Everyone's still complaining about the price of eggs. So all the things that go along with, finances that we, are concerned about. So without further ado, let me just run this ad talking about May Day, and then we are going to come back with Dr. Carmen Bernard. All right. Okay. All right. So let me turn my cameras around and I will get you on camera. And then we are going to. How are you doing today anyway?
I am wonderful, wonderful.
Are you up
Thank
close?
You so
are you up
much.
close to the mic? Because we got to hear you. We want to hear everything you have to say.
All right, let's make sure we bring it all the way up
testing,
close.
Testing.
Yep. Let's make sure we bring it all the way up close.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me to your
course.
show. I know we have been trying to do this for a while.
Well, probably all year, I think. I was trying to get you on. But yes, we got you on now, and that is the main thing. So here we go. So tell us a little bit about just about you and, your company, Big Facts.
So I'm Dr. Carmen K. Bernard. I am a financial coach and wealth strategist. And I call myself the IUL doctor as well. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I'm the CEO and founder of Big Facts. Big Facts means Bernard Insurance Group Financial and Consulting Services. So it's an acronym.
Oh, no, I thought it was like Big Facts, as in big facts. I'm going to give you some facts.
Well,
okay.
I only bring big facts.
Yes, I love it.
So it's what I do. I help people to protect their income, to eliminate debt, to build wealth, reduce taxes, and pass on a legacy. And I really have a passion for doing this, especially in our community, because our people have been left out of that wealth conversation for a very long time. So
yes, we have, and I think along the way, a lot of us have made some real simple errors. Not. Is my mic on? Okay, not huge errors, but we've made some real simple errors and little tweaks that we shouldn't have that could have brought us so much wealth at this stage. Because you always kind of base it on age. It's like when you get to a certain age, you want to have this amount, or when you get to another level, you want to have this amount. But I think along the way, we kind of messed up somewhat.
Well, my thing is you cannot do what you don't know. You can't lead where you don't go.
Yeah.
So for me, this is a really important topic for me because I believe that many of us were not educated in this space. Yeah. We were taught or educated about certain things. What's the word I should use?
Go find a good job.
That's
all we were told.
We were told to get a job and to save your money, right? Put your money in the bank. And the bank, I'm not anti-bank, but the bank is one of the worst places to put your money.
Yeah.
And the bank will tell you to put your money in the bank because that works out for them. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a bank account. I have several bank accounts, but it's just a tool. What are you using it for, right? So, and there's many people that have millions of dollars in the bank or thousands of dollars in the bank because they were told to put it there. Yeah. But the truth is that money could be working for you so much harder in a different vehicle.
Right, right.
So things like that we weren't taught, but our parents taught us what they could, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's the information that we went with. Right? I was a middle school teacher for several years in DeKalb County school system, and I taught business to middle school students.
Economics was one of my favorite topics at school. I loved it. And business management, anything along those lines. I was just eager to learn.
Yeah, many of my students say, Miss Bernard, I loved your class. This is the class that I learned a lot in, and it's more practical. But believe you me, I did not teach them about wealth, and that's one of my biggest regrets. But I didn't know myself,
right.
And I have made this motto, this decision that anyone that I come in contact with will know what I know. It took me until my mid-50s to learn about wealth and how you accumulate wealth, how you reduce debt, not the way we were taught. So although I was teaching those children, They're all grown now. They have kids of their own and everything like that. What I'm doing now, and I hope some of them are listening to me and get in contact with me, because we can do so much better. You know, we can make, as you said, some tweaks. And like you said, you know, we are now saying, you know, at this age I should have had this much, and at this age I should have this much. But I don't believe it's too late for anything.
No,
right?
it's not too late at all. It's not too late.
We can actually, you know, that's one of the things that I love, when people realize that, okay, even though I'm at this age, these are certain things that I can do to change where I'm going and what I want to do.
Yeah, it's a process, and you know, I'm in real estate, and I say this to people that I talk to. If you want to buy a house and you think you're in a real kind of disaster area right now, let's work together, because you can get there in the end. Give yourself a year. You've got to be disciplined, though.
Right.
That's the key word.
Discipline.
If you're not disciplined, but then you'll fall right back into it. And I can't tell you how many times I paid off my credit cards and be like, yay, celebrating, and then I go and I spend again.
Yeah,
you know
because
what I mean?
it's about mindset, right?
Yeah.
We have to understand first and foremost why we're doing something. Because when we, you know, everybody, I want to get out of debt, I want to get out of debt. But most of the times you're right back where you started when you clean up those credit cards and things like that. But if we switch our mindsets, if we understand that when we are getting rid of debt, we are building wealth. Now there's some place for that money to really go, as opposed to, oh, I got some money, I can go spend it, right?
Yeah.
So getting that mindset right is what's most important. And that's the kind of things that we try to teach, right? Get you to understand that protecting income is like the basic, the foundation of it all.
Wow.
And most of us do not protect income, do not protect our income. We, you know, the house that we've bought, the cars that we've bought, the cell phones, the whatever it is that we have, all of the things that we have accumulated. If something goes wrong with your income, then who pays for that?
Wow. Yes, exactly.
So that's the very first thing that we should do. And how do you protect income? Believe it or not, no one likes this conversation, but it's life insurance.
Yes, yeah. Oh my gosh. And yes, and you know what? It's never too late for life insurance. I've heard that so many times by you know, folks who I've come in contact with who do life insurance.
Yeah.
And there's different types.
Oh,
and everyone thinks there's just the one off
right.
the shelf, but it's not. There's so many different ways.
You're absolutely right. You know, when I ask someone about life insurance, the comment I usually get is, I have life insurance. You know, I either have life insurance through my job or my grandmother took a policy out on me, you know. So we're not talking those $5 policy a month or even less than that your grandmother took out on you way back when, right? That is not going to protect your income. And the truth of the matter is that there's lots of different types of life insurance. Yeah. And when we talk about life insurance through your job, you're one personal decision away from having no coverage. Yeah, and typically, that's only for maybe one times your salary or 2 times your salary. And basically, you don't own that at all, right? So there's so many, the really quick breakdown, right? When we're looking at life insurance, most people think that it's all about death and the death benefit. And although that is true, right, although that is one of the main functions of life insurance is not, so it's about the living benefits. It's about continuing to protect you if you become ill and you're unable to work, so that you can continue to pay for the mortgage and for the big cars.
That is so key. That is so key.
And things like that, right? And then using it to actually build wealth. My advice is just kind of sit and listen for a second. Don't run away when someone talks about life insurance. That's not the only thing I do, but that is the foundation.
Yeah. No, I like what you're saying, because I was actually going to ask you, when you talk about building wealth, it's like what are some of the suggestions? I know real estate, because I'm in real estate and I love real estate. Real estate is also another avenue.
Yeah.
Because it's an asset. It's not a liability, it's an asset. And you need that. You need certain things. I think what a lot of people tend to do is, they will get to a point where they've either paid their car off or almost paid their car off. And they think that, okay, now I can go and switch. Well, why would you? If your car is working fine, just keep that car. And whatever money that you were paying into the car, now pay that into something else. You know what I mean? Whether you're trying to, like you said, reduce your debt, go use that money to go and pay off a credit card. You know what I mean? Don't just switch. I know people buy phones every year. Every 12 months, they change their phones. I've had my phone for 2 years and I'm good. It works fine. Why would I do that? But again, it's having this constant. I hate monthly anything. I hate it. If I can just pay things off, I would. But of course, with mortgages or whatever, it takes time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, you're absolutely right that real estate is another way of accumulating debt. Another thing that, another fathom or fallacy that we have been taught is that buying a home is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Most of us, when we buy a home, that's one of our biggest assets, right? But an asset is something that brings money in. Okay? And expense is something that takes money out.
Right.
Most of the times when we purchase a home, it's not really an asset as yet, right?
Not
we owe
yet.
the bank. The bank is
But
our landlord,
you
right?
gotta start a business from your home, and then we'll
There
be
you
able to
go.
get the benefit
You got to
from it.
figure out how to make that home bring in some
money for
asset,
you.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
And it is a big deal. I'm not saying not to buy a home or but I need people to understand that when you're using real estate to bring in income, whether it's starting a business, whether it's rental, you would know about
rental,
that. Where bringing in rental income, that's when it's truly an asset.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing in money that covers that, right? Otherwise than that, it's just a place for you to live.
Yeah.
But guess what? We have strategies that you can do that would allow you to live in that home, but you already have a foundation in order to be able to buy the home, buy any other assets while leveraging other people's money.
Right, exactly.
Using life insurance.
Yeah.
So yeah, the real estate, life insurance, this is another thing, right? One of the things that I do is teach people how to do what I do. Right. And you can do this right out of your home. Many real estate people, real estate professionals also have other financial services that they provide, such as life insurance, get their license and stuff like
Makes
that.
sense.
Yeah. It makes a lot of
notary,
sense.
they do a lot of different things.
That's right.
That's real estate. But so with the life insurance, how does that then become a living, a living asset for you to be able to take? Is it after a certain amount of years? Could you then take money out of it? Could you give yourself loans? How does it work?
That's a great question, right? And it all depends on how it's set up. I call myself the IUL doctor. And IUL is just one of the one type of financial vehicle that's provided by life. It's basically a permanent type life insurance policy, but it has to be funded properly. Now, the question that you ask, well, how does it work? Do I have to wait before I can take out money or stuff like that? Girl, it all depends on what you do or how you do.
Okay.
There are policies that you can put in money today, and in less than 30 days, you can take it out.
Oh.
Why would you want to do that,
Wow.
right? It's shocking, right? But why would you want to do that? That's because you put the money in someplace. Let's say you had, clear example, let's say you had $100,000 in the bank. Mm-hmm. That money is earning you probably, especially if you had it in the
0 point something.
0 point something percent. Even though
Not
we
much.
are in a higher interest, most of the banks are disrespectful. They're not giving you any kind of high rate, right? Now, if you took that money, if you moved that money into either high cash value life insurance policy or an index universal life policy, now you're going to get a respectable rate of return, right? But why is that important, right? Because now if you wanted to purchase, you wanted to flip a home. This is going to go right up.
Yeah.
You know, someone says, listen, you can put $50,000 in this. We can make the increase it, you know, fix the home up or whatever, and then in 6 months we'll be able to flip this home for $250,000. It just needs $50,000 to in and whatever. Now, if you went to your bank and took $50,000 out of your $100,000, now the $50,000 that you took out is not earning anything anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's not earning the 0.005% anymore. However, if you had that in your cash value life insurance policy and you pulled the $50,000 out to go purchase that asset, guess what's going on with your life insurance policy with that $100,000? It's still growing as if all the money was in there. That's what we've got to understand, right? And like I said, depending on how you fund it, people don't understand about life insurance, different types of life insurance policies, right? The government has made life insurance policies one of the only vehicles where you can have money grow tax-free.
Wow.
And you can access that money tax-free. And you can then pass on that money tax-free.
Wow.
See, it all started way back even in early 1800s when people purchased insurance and let's say the spouse died, let's say the man of the house died, and he was bringing in all the taking care of the home, and he purchased insurance. When he passed away, that insurance took care of the widower and the family. So that family did not have to depend on the government. So the government rewards you for being responsible and taking care of your family. And as such, your money grows tax-free in there, right?
So this is what all these billionaires and millionaires are doing.
They understood it.
Their money.
They understood it. Let me tell you.
They probably have multiple life insurance.
Multiple life. And it's not that they need it. It's because they have found the ultimate cash cow. It's a place for you to put your money where it's going to safely earn returns and still be available to you right now.
Wow.
Right? So it's all about control, right?
Yeah.
There's something it's referred as a laser fund. It means liquid assets safely earning returns. So prior to all of the regulations that they have now, people would dump money in insurance policies. You know, you would say, why would you put $2 million into a $50,000 life insurance policy? That doesn't make sense. Yes, it does, because the $2 million is earning returns of 10 and 12%. And the $50,000, that's just, and most of the times if you have that much money, then the insurance company's money is not at risk. But the government realized that people were doing this, and they've put some regulations in place so that people don't just hide their money like that. Yeah. But even though they've put those regulations in there, guess what?
It's still better than
putting it in the bank.
Still better than the bank. Oh my God, that is something, right? And and it's good to get young people now to be able to do this, because they don't have to put a lot in, but they can start building it up.
The absolute truth, right? It's one of the things that I teach in the classes that I teach, because first of all, young people, they're the ones that I love, because they have the biggest asset, which is called time. Right? So they put that money in there, put that money in a proper vehicle, and it's going to grow and compound, and they can use it for whatever it is that they want. And even older people like myself, or even, mine are all grown now, right? And my grandson, this is how old I am. My grandson just finished his first year in college.
Wow,
right?
Nice. Go, grandson.
Right. But parents of younger children can start doing this now. So when their kids are ready to go to college, they can pull money from there to send them to college, right? And guess what? that's a private contract. So nobody knows that you have this money. And the government, when they're looking to help you, they look at what you own, right? And they say, oh, no, you can afford to send your kid. Well, why do you think a lot of the wealthy people's kids go to school and get out without debt? Because they have that they have the life insurance, wealth, cash value life insurance that they can borrow money from themselves. They don't have to go to the bank like how we have to go to the bank and try to apply for a Parents Plus loan. Like now Trump is trying to put put a lot of limitations on who can even get a Parent Plus loan. That's going to affect us.
Everybody, right.
It's going to affect us more than anybody else because we don't have the money to send our kids to school. But if we learn about doing some of the strategies that I'm teaching when your kid is ready to go, between scholarships and between what you have, they don't need anything else from anybody else.
Have it
and
all
guess
covered.
what? They can still get government money because they cannot. Your contract is a private contract between you and the insurance company, and you don't have to divulge.
So you're borrowing from yourself.
Yes,
so
that's one of the things.
From yourself. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Guys, are you listening to this? I mean, Dr. Carmen here is dropping some gems. Let me tell you, some gems about finances. So tell us a little bit about other investments like the stock market. What would you say about? I mean, I know right now it's not the best, but just traditionally, what is the stock market? Is that a good investment?
So I'm going to tell you this, right? I am not a financial with a license for stocks or anything like this, but I'm going to give you this piece of advice of what I think, right? Number one, the stock market does up, down, down, right? When you invest your money in something that when the stock market goes up, your money goes up. It may not go up as high as what the stock market is, as how high the stock market goes up. But when the stock market comes down, you lock in your gains. Yours don't come down. You lock in your gains. So when the stock market goes up, everybody's starting from the bottom, right? But you're starting from where you stopped. And you continue to grow more, right?
Oh, yes,
so you can see that in the last the last 25 years, in 2008, we had a big, matter of fact, in
Really
2002,
big.
we had big, the stock market fell. People lost 40%.
Yeah.
People, 2008, we had it again. Then in right after the pandemic, we've had it again. But you have people that are doing the strategies that I'm talking about that didn't lose any money.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I saying that you shouldn't do that? Shouldn't put money in the stock market? Absolutely not. But it depends on who it is. Yeah. Younger people, the stock market is going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and it is going to catch back itself. So younger people are able to do able to do that. People that are in their 50, 55, 60, close to retirement, and you lose 40% of your portfolio, how can you get back? Yeah. And then you're going to start taking out money while it's down in order to continue living. Yeah. And that's some of the things we show you, how you can use the vehicle.
Cautious. So I put a little bit in, and I'm like, oh, I lost some. I lost a few. And not a lot. But I was like, but it was enough for me.
And the thing about it, the stock market, you need to be able to put it there and not look at it. Don't worry about what it does up and down here and there
I
or
look
whatever.
Every single day.
You can't. That's just too much stress.
And I look at it going up and down. I'm like, well, let me use to go up.
No, you can't. That is not meant for you.
Yeah.
So you got to.
That's why I don't have a lot in there because when people tell me 20, 30,000, one person I know had over 100,000 in the stock market. I'm like, oh, that would give me anxiety. I mean, I'm not risking more than maybe 5. You know what I mean? That's enough for me. But people really, take it to heart because they've lost. Everybody's lost. Even your 401s, you work for a company, you get to match your 401. Everybody's 401 is down. So this is something else that I talk to young people about, right? Understanding how your 401k really works. So putting money in your 401k up to the match, no more than the match.
it's okay because that's free money,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Free money is always good money, right?
Always.
Free, unless you got to do something strange for a piece
Yeah.
of change. No, but I'm not talking about that. So, but typically, right, they will match maybe 2 or 3 or 4%. And if you're saving, you should be putting up money. Should be anywhere between 10 and 15%, right? So for people who are very disciplined, as we talked about earlier, it's okay for you to put that 2 or 3 or 4% that they're going to match in there, but the rest of the money you want to put it where it's going to continue to grow, where it's going to continue to compound, and where you will have access to it to purchase assets, where you can leverage it to purchase assets so that you can grow your money even more, right?
Right.
But many people, when people max out their 401k, right, you're basically going into business with the government, right? And the government doesn't take any risks. The government doesn't do anything. But come 30, 40 years later, when it's time for you to pull that money out, you're like, oh, I got $1 million in my retirement plan.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam
They're
comes
gonna
and
tax
knock on your, hey,
Yeah.
give me my share, right?
Yeah.
If I told you go into business with me and you were going to do all the work, you were going to take all the risk, you're going to put in all the money, and I'm going to tell you how much I get back in 30 years, are you going into business with me?
No.
Absolutely
No,
not, right?
no.
But we do that every single day with our 401ks because that $1 million that I just talked about that's in your 401k, it's probably about $650,000, $650,000 because
No wonder a lot of those rich people are always trying to dodge taxes because it's almost like half of their money. It's almost 50%.
Listen, for every dollar you earn, there's about 40 cents that you pay out in taxes, 35 to 40 cents. So imagine that, right?
Yeah.
And multiply it by hundreds of thousands. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So we have to do what the wealthy people do. And it's not just about, I'm not doubting that some of them dodge taxes, but
Yes, they do.
but we have to be able to do what they do, right? Not what they say. We have to be able to do what they do.
What they do so
right.
we can understand.
And guess what? It's a book and it's out there. We just got to read it. We just got to read it.
We need people like you, Carmen. We need people like you to educate the people out there. I love talking finances. I can talk finances all day. But it's good information. So how do they get in contact with you? What's the best way to get in contact with you to get more
So
information?
I'm on YouTube. I'm on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook. I'm Carmen Boss Lady Bernard on Facebook.
Carmen Boss Lady. Do you hear that?
Everybody calls me Carmen Boss Lady. My husband gave me that name years ago, Boss Lady, and it just stuck. And Big Facts with Carmen is where you can find me on Instagram. DM me, call me. Carmen10k.com has every which way that you can get in contact with me.
Okay.
So that's how you get in contact with me. Any of the social media platforms. You can go to bigfacts.com as well, to my website.
Big Facts is spelled BIGFAC. Right?
Yes, FACS. Correct. Correct.
Okay.
And it's funny because after I had come up with the name for my company, and because it's the acronym for Bernard Insurance Group Financial and Consulting Services, I do taxes as well. I could have dropped that T in there and it would have been Big Facts, but it's okay. It's still
Big Facts. And
it's
you're
still
dropping
Big
some
Facts.
gems here
still
for
Big
us.
Facts. So some of the other things that right now, the biggest thing I wanted to one of the biggest things that is killing us, especially us in the Black community, is student loans. Okay?
Oh, my word, yes.
And,
Danny,
student loans is like an albatross on us, right? People are unable. I've seen some stories that people are not getting married because of their student loans.
Yeah.
People are
Facts.
not having children because of their student loans. I mean, people are actually People actually have $800,000-$900,000 in student loans. There's a couple
my
homes here in
God.
Atlanta. Well, at least here is.
I can't even imagine it. That would just give me anxiety.
But you know, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in student loans is what is going on, and that affects so much things. People cannot buy a home. People cannot save for retirement. You know, and they're making decisions like, now I'm 55, I'm about to retire, I have no kids, I have no retirement, and student loans are some of the worst types of debt. You know, you get it. You
can't if you're bankrupt, you cannot
get rid of it in bankruptcy,
because student loan.
Recently they started collection back, right? We enjoyed having no payments and no whatever during the pandemic.
Was that like for 5 years? So
like
it's been
for 5 years. And now they're collecting. But listen, it's 9 million people in default. 9 million people are in default.
But
and
they said they're going to be garnishing
they're going to garnish your wages. Yeah. They're going to take your taxes. Don't file your taxes yet if you haven't filed. They're going to take your taxes. They're going to take your Social Security benefits. They're going to take your unemployment benefits.
Oh, my God.
They're going to take all of these things. But here's the sad part. There's so many people, so many of you that is listening to me right now that have student loans, but you qualify for student loan forgiveness and you don't know it.
Ooh. Well, so how would they know if they qualify for student loan forgiveness?
So I'm going to mention a couple of groups of people. If you have worked in public service, in the government, in nonprofit areas, as an educator, as a nurse for a not-for-profit hospital, and you have worked anywhere between 2007 and 2022, matter of fact, all the way up to right now. But if you from 2007 to 2022, there is a program that's going on right now called TEPSLF, Temporary Expanded Public Service Student Loan Forgiveness, right? People, you want to get in contact with me because you can get your student loans forgiven. They're giving the back credit going all the way back. Okay. How do I know? Ask me, how do I know, Cassie?
How do you know, Dr.
Cassie.
Carmen, about this?
Cassie.
You are just educated.
Cassie.
Because you read. That's
Cassie,
why you know.
I also experienced.
Cassie. So you are talking facts right here.
Big facts.
Big facts.
Big facts, right? So I told you guys I was an educator for more than 15 years. In February, I got my loan, my paper that says my loans are forgiven. First of all, why am I 55, 60 years old with still with student loans? Because you can't get rid of them. The things double. Wow. This is something else I talk about, right? The rule of 72 tells you at what interest rate your money will double, how many years it will take. Well, guess what? That works for debt as well. So when you have a student loan with a 6% interest or whatever, that loan is going to keep doubling. Wow. And that's why you've been paying on your student loans and you're not getting anywhere, right? Wow. But because of that program, all $286,000 of my student loans were forgiven. That is definitely a house. And let me explain.
That is a house.
It was only $11,000 of mine. Yeah. It was my son's Emory education.
Oh, okay.
Right? Wow. But listen, if you're working in public service, and there are people who want to shame people for getting student loan forgiveness, you're working in public service, especially as a teacher and as a nurse, y'all know we're not getting paid enough. So this is the way this is how we could have gone into the private sector and earned more money. We chose to serve our communities. Yeah. You now deserve public service student loan forgiveness. So there's many of you that are that.
So, just to hear those numbers.
Right. We just got somebody's student loan forgiveness just the other day of $900 and something thousand.
Wow.
of student loans.
That's almost $1 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, people, and because you know what happened, right? When it's time to start paying back those student loans and they want $1,500, we don't have the money and stuff like that. You either defer it or people go back to school. You know how many black women have 3 doctorate degrees?
I know. In this country especially. I mean, I'm from England. We don't do that. We take our loans, our little modest loans, and we pay the.
Well, I am sure the loans in England don't do like they do like here.
They don't
you
do
know?
it like that. And we have free healthcare too, so that's a whole other thing.
That's another story.
But I know of so many people who did go back to school because we're like, no, I'm not paying for this.
I'm not paying for that. I'm going to go back to school.
I'm going to get another master's and another doctorate. And I'm
yeah, there are people walking around with 3 master's degree and 2 doctorate degrees,
but they still own $900,000.
Yeah, and because
so don't let that impress you. I'm never impressed when people start to bring out all these kids.
Well,
I'm thinking,
I mean,
what's your debt situation like?
Well, I mean, people sometimes were really kind of forced into doing that because they were like, I cannot pay this or something like that, you know. But there is help for people, right? Maybe you didn't go to maybe you weren't in public service. You're not a teacher. You're not a firefighter. You're not in state and federal government or something like that. But maybe you need to start your own nonprofit to see how you can get your loans forgiven under your own nonprofit as you help give back to the community. Right? Exactly. Maybe that's what you need to do, but you want to have a consultation with me to figure that out. There are people that are totally and permanently disabled. Your loan should be forgiven. You shouldn't have to pay 1 dime.
Yeah.
You need to call me. You have teachers that are retiring and going on a fixed pension, and they're worried about their student loans. Baby,
oh my gosh.
Listen to me. I hear you and I understand. Call me.
Oh my gosh. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Call Dr. Carmen Bernard, the boss lady. That is why she is a boss lady, because she knows what she's talking about, right?
And not to mention some people have gone to schools that have been accused of some wrongdoing, and you can still get your loans forgiven on the borrower's defense program. That's another thing that you there are many schools, hundreds of schools that didn't do right by us. They targeted us. They targeted us, and especially black women, you know, and they were found guilty, and now a lot of those loans can be forgiven. Now, granted, that program may also go away really quickly, like the one I mentioned earlier. So it's time to do something so that maybe you can at least be, grandfathered in, because y'all seen everything that's changing with this administration.
It's like every week there's something different, something new. So like I told people, it's so tough for everyone right now. But you have to take care of you. Yes. Do what you want to do. You don't have to go everywhere. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to do everything. Just do what you could afford, live within your means, because we don't know how long this will carry on for. You know what I mean? We just don't know. We just don't know how long it's, but survival, you don't want to have anxiety. You don't want to have anything to worry about. Stress will kill you.
Stress will kill you.
You don't want to have all of that. We're all of a particular age.
Definitely me.
Me too. Me too. We're all of a particular age, so we just want to make sure that we live well and we be well. Eat healthy too, because you don't want to have your health as another barrier to everything else.
I
take
agree.
care of yourself. It's so important.
I definitely agree. Listen, because what about all this wealth if you don't have health, right?
Well,
and
that is the number one.
That's right. So Big Facts also helps you with making sure you get insurance coverage, even if you don't have it through your job. Helps you with your parents and your grandparents' Medicare.
Yeah.
So all things financial are things that Big Facts can help you to do. Like I said, we help you to protect your income, to eliminate debt, to reduce taxes, to build wealth, and to transfer a legacy, right? And if you start when you are young, you're going to have to make some tough decisions. I'm not saying whatever, but if you start when you are young and do the things that we're going to do, you can go on all the vacations you want on other people's dimes. You can,
Nice.
you can own the homes that you want. You can get with Cazzy. And or my son and daughter, because they're both in real estate as well. Plug.
Plug.
But
Yes, come on.
you can own those assets
Yeah.
and have them to continue to build wealth for you. And most importantly, we can really transfer wealth to the next generation.
Right.
A lot of us are planning we plan more for our birthday parties than we do for our future financial lives.
Of course. I've already planned for my birthday next year. But yeah, you're absolutely right. But you've got to have something. You got to have something. You've got to have assets. You can't be worried, sick and death, just worried about where's the next pay gonna come from. If you're 1 or 2 paychecks away from being totally, in a disaster, that's not good. We didn't talk about, and we could probably talk about this forever.
Forever, right?
But, having an emergency fund and all these different things, all these things that, is so important, especially in this climate.
Yeah. Can I tell you something?
So, yeah.
So, I've been talking about using insurance as a wealth generation tool, right? I will show you how to have your emergency fund as part of that same wealth vehicle.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Nice.
Because just think about it, right? If you are making $100,000 a year and they say 6 months, at least 6 months of emergency, 6 months of income or whatever for emergency fund, that's $50,000. Why would you want to keep $50,000 in a bank
under
account?
your bed?
Or under your bed,
In a
right?
box. In a
Now,
box.
that $50,000 can be earning great returns for you, safe, and you still have control of it. And many people go, "But if I have an emergency, I don't want to have to wait." Well, what emergency can it be that it can wait 24 to 48 hours? How big can it be? So you would rather leave 50. The bank thanks you, though. By the way, the bank thanks you for leaving your $50,000 in their bank, because they will take that $50,000 and lend it out 10 times, the same $150,000, lend it out 10 times, and they will charge even you when you come back to them to borrow the same money. You put the money here and you're like, I need a loan. Then they turn around and say, well, we want to see your credit. We want to see this. We want to see that. And then they'll charge you 12 and 18 and 36%. Are these people the mob?
Wow.
These people are like the mob, right?
Yeah.
So we show you how you can take the same dollar and use it to protect your income, use it as your emergency fund, use it to buy assets. The whole point of this is making your money work, making that $1 do many jobs. So if your dollar is laying in the bank, lazing away in the beautiful sunshine in the bank beaches, you're doing something wrong.
It's not doing anything for you.
Your money have to work. Money has to keep moving. Money has to keep moving.
Money talks. Yeah. Money talks. Well, listen, this was very, very interesting. We might have to do a part 2 or just do a whole show just about wealth, because it's so important to to get everybody educated on that, especially us, 50-plus-year-olds. And Danny took a lot of nuggets away too.
60-plus-year-old.
Oh,
60-plus-year-old.
Okay, miss. Look at that. She said 60-plus. All right, Miss Carmen. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. That was a lot of great nuggets. What we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of a switch, because we're going to start our hot topic segment here. All right. But thank you so much for, all of that.
You're absolutely welcome. Thank you for having me.
Nuggets, of course.
Thank you so much for having me. Listen, I can talk about this kind of stuff all day long. It's one of my biggest passions. And you want to talk with me? Reach out.
Yeah, reach out. So, say your details again so that everyone can.
So, Carmen, 10K, CARMEN 10K.com, and on all the social media platforms.
All of the social media platforms. Well, thank you, my dear. So we're gonna do a quick switch. No, I think that.
No, I got her.
You got us.
I'm
Oh,
gonna stay
okay.
here. Come on, man.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Danny's gonna stay
Say it
there.
again.
Are we all?
Not yet, but you say
Okay,
so.
not
You
yet.
say
All right.
it.
Well,
You.
we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch to Danny.
Yes.
Danny. So welcome.
Hello.
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 Where were you last week, Danny? Why were you not here, Danny?
At a place where she can't tell you.
Oh,
It's a
really?
secret.
Oh, okay. Well, I am not mad at you. I am not mad at you at all. So, Danny, welcome back.
Thank you.
I know you were like on the hot topic bandwagon because there was so much going on.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot.
So start and tell us what you got. I'm excited to hear.
Well, we have the Met Gala. The Met Gala took place on Monday.
Yes.
And I watched the whole thing, the whole red carpet.
You
it
did?
Was
You watched all of it?
I did.
Oh my word, that was long.
I know, but it was worth it. The outfits, the costuming, everything was just so beautiful.
And what was the theme?
Super fine, tailoring black style. So it was dedicated to all the black fashion designers, black artists, just black everything.
Yeah.
And the suits were bad.
And it's a tailoring.
Yes.
That was the key.
Yes. All right, the next one.
All Guyanese.
Oh,
I kind of lost my.
really?
I've lost my
awesome.
audio,
That's
so
awesome.
we're not all Guyanese right now. It's just Danny talking.
Oh, okay.
You go right ahead, Danny.
Okay. Next on the list, Riri, we know her as Rihanna, announced that she's having her third child. She showed her big bump. She debuted it. I don't know how to do it on here, but oh.
I love it.
So
Go, Riri.
So she did the big reveal at the Met Gala in a dress that she had tailored specifically for the occasion, and we want to say congratulations to her and ASAP. I'm hoping it's a girl because she's had 2 boys already.
It was 2 boys. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember, if she had 2 boys or was just the one.
It's 2.
Okay, so she does have 2 boys.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. So congrats to you guys. Congrats. There was a power outage this week at Newark Liberty International Airport.
Yes.
It caused air traffic control computer screens to go dark for roughly 60 to 90 seconds.
Sure did.
And
I work in travel, so yes, I know. We had all those calls, all those people, all those business travelers. Oh my Lord.
All the planes.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And prevented the controllers from talking to aircraft during this time too.
Yeah, and
to
a lot of
leave planes.
the air traffic controllers walked out. 20% walked out, so they couldn't even. They had one runway going. One runway. Yeah,
Why do
it
y'all
was
think
really
it's
bad.
so many air stuff going on
It's
since this
stressful.
new year?
I don't know.
Well, we're seeing it more. It's been happening for a while. We're just seeing more of it.
I think
You know.
no, but how many people they laid off from the air?
Well, there's that too.
It's a lot.
There's that too,
A
and then of
lot.
course a lot of the planes are coming up to their retirement age.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they have to replace them, and you can't. You don't just make a plane like that. It takes years. You know what I mean? So a lot of them are coming up like they have done X amount of miles in flying, and they can't go further, but they're pushing it.
Y'all, listen. I didn't want to fly recently. Okay, I was supposed to be out. I was supposed to be in Guyana.
Oh.
And my husband.
Yeah.
My husband went, and I didn't go. I
Yeah.
don't want to fly.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
same.
but he did go. He had to deal with some of the things that's going on in Guyana right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't want to fly.
Same. Yep. I
Give me a free ticket, and I might
pause.
reconsider.
No, I'm
No,
not
not
doing
even
it.
a free.
I ain't doing it.
in first class, free ticket, and I may consider.
No, in Guyanese.
Make me drunk.
In Guyanese, me not do it.
Oh my gosh. She said she may not do it.
Yeah.
Me not do it. Me not do it.
I'm right with you, girl. Okay. So, adding on to what you said, Cazzy, about the air traffic controllers taking a break, they literally went on medical leave because it was such a traumatic experience for them. So, I don't know what's going on, but some got to fix with that. And they just had another one today.
Today?
This morning.
Oh,
yeah.
wow, I didn't
Another
hear about that.
outage.
At Newark?
Yes.
Somebody might be messing with us.
Something's happening.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay,
All right. Next on the list, following an ongoing clash between the Trump administration and Harvard, the Department of Education announced they are putting a pause on their grant funding of $8 billion.
Ooh. That is a lot.
Yeah, it is. It really, really is. Because the president is like, I'm not giving in to your demands. We're standing up to you. We're not going to take it.
Yeah.
We're not. And
I love it though. I love the fact that there's that. Yeah,
that it seems like he's the only voice that's actually standing up to him and doing something about it, and hopefully other colleges will follow suit on.
But that's because Harvard got a lot of money.
Exactly, that too.
So they got that.
Yeah.
They're
literally,
rich.
literally,
They're rich. They're rich.
Yeah, very rich. So a new pope was announced this week.
Yes. Yes. After that was quick though. I thought they would take the full 10 days.
I couldn't believe it myself. So the new pope's name is Pope Leo I hope I'm saying this numeral right. Pope Leo the 14th. He's now the 267th Pope of the Catholic Church. He has both American and Peruvian ancestry, and recent records have uncovered that he also may have Caribbean ancestry too.
I heard he's got, if you go back a couple of generations, you know, like most of them are, he has some Negro in him.
Yes.
Let me clutch my pearls.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, clutch your pearls, honey. You know, you go back a couple of generations, there's a little bit of Negro.
Yeah.
Well, we're everywhere.
Yes,
because we are the foundation.
Yes.
Yes, we are. So,
yes.
Yeah, something must have happened in those fields, honey. Yes.
So, according to his family or historical records, his maternal grandfather was born in Port-au-Prince.
Oh, see?
Yeah. And he later married this lady named Louise Bacuye. I hope I'm not butchering that.
Haitian,
yeah.
A woman of color from New Orleans. So he also has that Louisiana blood as well.
Louisiana. Oh, yeah.
So,
you see?
Yeah.
Spicy Pope.
Spicy. Yes.
Yep, spicy. All right. Next on the list, the trial for Diddy. It started on Monday. Yeah, with the jury selection.
I'm so mad. I know it's a federal court, so they can't show it live, like how OJ was. And, you know, because it's federal. But we're going to see updates. I think I'm going to have to be on someone's YouTube page or some tweet because I want to know what's going on.
Haven't there been changes with this federal stuff? You know, this new administration changed everything. Maybe they're going to put it on.
They should.
Probably.
Hopefully. I mean, if Trump does that, that might be the only thing. You know what I'm saying?
It won't be a surprise to me if that happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't be looking.
Me neither.
Yeah. I'm just interested. I'm really interested. I don't really want to know all the gory details or see any videos because I think I have a great imagination as what could go, you know, what went down. But I'm just curious as to how he did what he did and got away with it for so long. And you know there's a whole bunch of names that are going to come down the pipeline. I want to know. I'm curious. That's my era.
If somebody
we were dancing to all... You know, that was my era. We were dancing to all the Diddy songs, the Biggie song, the this, that, you know. So
I couldn't even name a Diddy song.
My gosh. But yeah, I'm definitely interested.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going to happen.
And now they just did an update. They said that the jury selection has been pushed back to next Monday on the 12th after concerns were raised that potential jurors might raise issues over the weekend about the case. So
I just realized on YouTube or on Facebook, one of you're the DJ DX kid from Linden.
Yeah, no.
None of them are, by the way. So, disclaimer.
Yes,
we're not
Big
claiming.
disclaimer.
We're not claiming that. But big up, hey DX, if you're listening out there, we miss you.
Yes, we do.
He'll be back. We'll get him over
Come
the
back to
carnivals.
us.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back to a couple of tunes before we end the season.
Oh yes,
That's our
definitely.
DJ.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Our resident DJ, yes. All right. And piggybacking off of what you talked about with Adriana, the mother made a statement, and she shared the family's difficult decision to postpone the funeral, citing the need for quote-unquote space and clarity as they mourn. Her statement reads, "As a mother, there is no greater pain than losing your child. My precious Adriana was the light of our lives, and in this unbearable moment, we are clinging to the love she gave so freely and the memories that will live with us forever."
Yeah.
She said more in the statement, but I just shortened it a bit to that. So it's really, really sad again.
That is definitely one story that we are going to keep featuring.
gonna stick.
For just updates. We have to update everyone as to what's happening. Just the whole injustice of it all, the whole cover up, the killing, the slaying, however you want to put it. Hopefully, the truth will come out. We need the truth.
Yeah.
I'm praying that they have a new attorney. So I love what he had to say. I love what he was doing. So the new attorney, along with new forensics that due to come back, the toxicology report, all of that could piece a lot of things together, and then they can give her the burial,
And
because
let her rest as she should.
there's not going to be closure, because you're going to have everything that's going to remind them. Mother's Day is coming up. Oh my
sad.
word. Mother's Day.
I can't even imagine.
Woo, that everything is going to trigger just anything. You walk around your house, you see something, you see a little girl on the street, everything is going to trigger them for years and years to come. So we're going to keep the fight up with them. They've got a lot of people behind them. Danny Glover made a statement. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't.
Sizzler, Spice, lots, we got celebrities have heard about this case. Lots of people have heard about this case. So it's definitely getting the attention that we want. It's putting a light on Guyana. People are like, Guyana, where's Guyana? What's Guyana? For a long time.
As Jim Jones used to
I was going to say, for a long time,
Jim Jones
you say Guyana, and they would say Jim Jones, right? And then we moved from Jim Jones.
Yeah.
We finally got rid of him.
Yeah.
And then it was oil. Oh, y'all found a lot of oil. The oil's been going on for 5 years. So that was a nice conversation. We're building bridges and new roads and housing and affordable housing and all these wonderful things. And every time I go, because I go every year, maybe twice a year, I talk about all the wonderful things happening. And now when you say Guyana, people are like, oh, that's where that girl died. You know what I mean? It's like that little girl, what's happening with that? Yeah. So we want the narrative to change. So we got to do some good out of this. Adriana, you're going to be a hero. You're going to be, a legend. You're going to be down in the history books in Guyana. So yes, but anyway, that was just a segue.
Okay. It's okay. So May is Haitian Heritage Month. So shout out to all my Haitians. Put your flags in the chat. Shout out to all the Zos. Sac passe.
Yes,
I had to do it. Had to. And last on the list, so the Kentucky Derby was also this past weekend as well. The horse named Sovereignty. That's a beautiful name for a horse.
Sovereignty. Sovereignty, is he still around? I'm sure I've seen that name before.
Sovereignty.
Yeah, Sovereignty. That's a lovely name. That's a nice name for a girl.
I know.
It is.
It is.
Sovereignty. I love it. Sounds like royalty.
It should be a
I
real
can't
name.
imagine how they would, a lot of times these people in the spellings.
Yeah.
The poor kid.
Spell it the right way. So at least we can all have a chance at spelling it.
Right.
Spell it the right way.
So Sovereignty outdueled 3-1 favorite Journalism.
Oh, okay.
Down the stretch to win the 151st Kentucky Derby on Saturday. So congrats to Sovereignty.
I love that.
Yes.
It was also really it was a really bad day. That day it was rainy and it was muddy and
horrible.
So
for them to win,
through.
that's something that for Sovereignty.
Because the mud affects them and the rain and all of that. So pulled through and won the crown. So congrats.
Congratulations all around.
Yes. And I'm done with my hot topics, but just wanted to make another announcement.
Go ahead.
Yes. So if you guys do not have any Mother's Day plans this Sunday, Beanie.
What are you doing? You cooking? No.
No, I'm not. I'm treating my mom on Mother's Day, so taking her somewhere special. But if you guys don't have any plans, Beanie Man will be here in Stockbridge.
Oh, excuse me,
yes,
Beanie Man.
Yes, at the ViStar Amphitheater. Doors open at 6:30 sharp. If you haven't gotten your tickets, I believe the link is still available to get your tickets. So why not treat your mama to a nice reggae show? Something. A nice thing where she can wind up herself.
Oh God.
So
excuse me.
So yeah. Like I said, doors open at 6:30. Get your tickets while you still can. And yeah, that's about it.
And that's it?
Yep, that's it on my end.
Well, thank you, Miss Danny.
You're welcome.
That was a lot, and we got a lot accomplished.
Yes.
So thank you very much. I have ended my live on Facebook because it the volume went, so I'm going to go live on Facebook to finish off the show. Mm-hmm. But I also wanted to bring a couple of things to the stage. So let me see if I can bring it up here so I can read it out rather than trying to do it from memory. Okay, so here we go. All right, folks. Has Facebook changed and done an update?
I don't know.
Oh, my word. I don't know what's going on.
I can't remember the last time I've been on Facebook. I really do. I don't use it that much.
Young people use Instagram. It's just us old folks.
And TikTok.
Yes, Instagram and TikTok. Facebook is for us people. The 45 and older is Facebook.
So they say, but guess what? There's more of us, especially me, because I'm the last of the baby boomers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
okay.
a lot
I think
of us
I'm a baby
are on there.
boomer too. 70s?
You are the next. Who after the baby boomers?
Gen X. I'm
Gen X.
Gen Xers. Yeah.
I'm an Xer. Ooh,
yeah.
ooh.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
She's a millennial. Then the Gen Z. Listen, let me tell you. Don't be messing with those Gen Zs, okay? Now, if you do hashtag Adriana Young on TikTok, those Gen Zs are on it.
I love it.
I love the fact that they are on it. They are not going to let this case go because she's a Gen Z. She's one of them. So, guys, I'm live on Facebook now. Yes, I am. Because I lost my volume on, it was muted for a long time, so I was just showing pictures. So I'm on Facebook. This is the promo show. We are about to wrap the show, so I wanted to, we're both live on Instagram and Facebook, and of course on Caribbeanlifetv. So I wanted to just tell you about a couple of things to close the show. So tomorrow, Mayday, MAYDEH.com. You can go on to Mayday. The event was supposed to be outside, but of course Mother Nature had, other plans. And Mother Nature needs to rain and get the gardens and the flowers and the plants nice and, wet tomorrow, I guess. So they're moving everything inside. So they're going to be inside. So make sure you come out and support the guys. Mayday, it's a drinks inclusive event. And it's going to be at, what's the address? Oh, I don't have it here in this flyer. The flyer is so big, it's taking up my whole screen. But the address is on the flyer. I'm going to have it in my comments section. So you'll see, so it's mayday.com for more information. So come on out, dress warm. It's a little bit chilly tomorrow. And we're going to be inside. So we're going to be having some fun inside. The vibe will be the same. Same DJ lineup, Mixmaster David, One Drop, over Max from New York. And it's going to be a fun event. And, of course, Navis Bomb, we got everybody. We got a little bit of reggae, a little bit of soca. We've got compa. I don't know if there's hip-hop, maybe some hip-hop. There'll be a little bit of everything for everybody. So come on out tomorrow. Then we also have coming up on May 25th, starting off during the daytime, is the Guyana Fun Day. That is happening. Co-host is yours truly, moi. alongside Mr. B. And that is at the Lithonia Amphitheater at 2515 Park Drive in Lithonia. Adults, $25. Military, $15. So make sure you bring your badge. Children, 13 years and under, free of charge. That is the Guyana Family Fun Day, Guyana Association of Georgia. Come on out, May the 25th, Sunday, May the 25th. And when you're finished there, make your way over to Wear White with a touch of silver. That is coming up in the evening on May the 25th. Sunday is the 25th anniversary of Wear White. Everything 25. 25th anniversary on the 25th of May, 2025. Wear White with a touch of silver. Of course, my girl, Patrice Roberts. Yeah. She can do no wrong. I just love Patrice Roberts. So she will be there alongside Mikhail Teja, alongside Anika Berry and Full Blown. That is in the evening. Atlanta Carnival, of course, is basically 2 weeks away. The Children's Carnival is this Saturday. So if you, tomorrow, yes. So if you guys, they're actually going to have a parade. Everything kicks off, I think, around 2 o'clock. So go and support the kiddies. Oh, my God. They are so excited to wear their costumes. Go and support the kids' carnival. Get as much out of it as you can. Go support the vendors down there.
Where is it?
I don't know. I don't have to fly. I don't have to fly, but it will be on my page. I'm using my phone for the live, so I can't pick it up. But I go to AtlantaCaribbeanCarnival.com. All the information is there. But the kids' carnival is tomorrow, and I think they have about 8 or 9 bands. So it's going to be fun. The kids will be on the road. There's a little parade for the kids, and then they're going to be at the park. So that's going to be fun. And last but not least, I want to tell you about the opening ceremony for Caribbean American Heritage Month, which is on June the 7th. So June, this month is Haitian, right? Haitian Heritage Month. June, next month, is the Caribbean Heritage Month. Yeah. So the opening ceremony is happening on Saturday, June the 7th, and that is at Atlanta City Hall, 55 Trinity Avenue, Southwest. And your host is moi. Again.
You outside.
Listen, I'm outside, honey. This is a whole bunch of things going on. So, yes, myself, I will be the host of that event alongside Mr. Cornelius, who is the president of St. Lucia Association of Georgia. So we will be presenting the Dutch Caribbean Islands, is who we're featuring. So it's going to be the opening ceremony, lots and lots of culture. It's a whole day, a whole afternoon of culture, starting at 3 p.m. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be, performances and speeches and various tastings. It's going to be a fun event. And, of course, with me hosting, I'm a little crazy, but I'll, make sure you guys know exactly what's going on with regards to the Caribbean and why we love the Caribbean so much and show the unity that we have within the Caribbean. All of the associations will be there represented from Guyana, Barbados, St. Lucia, Trinidad, Grenada, whoever has representatives. And, of course, we're trying to get folks from Dutch Caribbean as well. Caribbean International Shipping, one of the sponsors, they are everywhere, and I love it. Definitely supporters of the community. So they will be out there. And just, it's just going to be a fun afternoon. So if you're not doing anything on June the 7th, come on down and give your girl some support. I'm going to need it. Danny, you're going to be there. Yes, she said fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. She's going to be where she was last week. That's where she's going to be. That's where Danny's going to be. So, yes, Danny. Yes, Danny. All righty, guys. So thank you very much for joining me today. Episode 23 of the Promo Show, Season 4. May I add, Season 4. Salute, salute. Mm-hmm. Next week, we have a special guest. Who do we have? We have Miss Jillian from Wear White will be here next week, guys. So make sure you are here. And we're also going to have the guys from La Cabana, which is a big white event happening at Morris Brown College for Atlanta Carnival. It's on the Friday, I think, or the Saturday. But they will be here in the house too. So we're gonna have a great show. Yeah. We're gonna have a great show. We gotta wear white. We gotta at least wear white. You know what I'm saying? We gotta wear white. Next week. Come on, Lawrence. You got the memo. You got the memo. We're wearing our white next week, of course. We got 2 events, promoters who will be here, and they're both white events. So, of course, we got to wear white. So,
Yep, my birthday's on the 20th. I'm gonna wear white.
yeah, come on, man. Come on to the party.
See?
Oh, my God. I'm sitting there next week, okay? I'm sitting over there next. I'm going to play. You come and sit here and host. I'm coming to DJ so I can press that button. Just so I can press that button next week. I'll be there. I know I can. I used to DJ. So, yeah. Oh, don't worry. I got plans in June when I'm not so stressed. You know, I'm going to be right there DJing for a whole show. It's going to be a whole show of Cazzy B DJ on the mic and C. That would be definitely lit. So we're going to do that. All right. So over and out, guys. I'm past my time. So I want to thank my guest, Dr. Carmen Bernard. Thank you so much for coming in. I want to thank Danny for showing up today. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Cazzy.
I want to thank Lawrence for engineering. You know, we were saying how the kid from Linden is not here. None of these guys look like the kid from Linden. But no, we did a shout out to him. He'll be here soon. He'll be here. He got to take us out for the end of the season or something. But yeah. Have you seen the kid from Linden? Oh, he is bad.
He's bad.
That would have been good.
Yeah,
We'd have had all Guyanese here.
Would've.
That'd have been big. But yeah, he'll be here soon. All right, so thank you guys. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you very much. And we will see you guys next week. Okay?
Bye, guys.
Bye. Over and out. Bye, guys.